It is.
What kind of good man? I mean, good men do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I said, my grandfather is a good man, was
Yeah.
a good man, and he was disrespected countless times
Yeah.
and never made him not a good man.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that my grandmother just expected that, it's like, wow. And that's what women are doing. They expect a man to just lay down
Yeah. Yeah.
and just let them be doormats.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy
Yeah.
expectation. Why do you want a man like that?
Yeah. No.
Why do you want a man to do that?
Yeah.
That's not strength.
Yeah.
He's not weak either.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's just, damn, he love you. He's trying to keep
He loves you so much that he's willing to even take the abuse.
right.
You know, but the problem with that is, because I've been in that situation before, and it creates a dis-ease in the body. And that dis-ease over time will turn into disease. And disease will have you pushing up daisies. You'll be 6 feet under. And so I think there's a lot of men out there that just shorten their lifespan by putting up with that toxicity because they're so deeply in love and they really want to love this woman. They don't want to leave her. And they end up putting up with so much abuse that it makes them sick and they pass away.
Wow. You can like cause cancers in the body and all types of things from that stress.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My grandfather passed when I was 17.
Wow.
And my grandmother is still here. She's 101.
Wow.
Just fine.
Mm.
And I'm not saying that's a problem,
Mm-hmm.
but it does say that I don't even want to say.
I know what you mean.
But
Yeah.
it just is like he got sick. But he did. He got sick.
Mm-hmm.
And she's still so strong, but it's because she got what she wanted.
Mm-hmm.
The house, the protection, the security,
Yeah.
the money,
Right.
you know.
Without saying anything negative about her or anything about anybody else, it's just like in some way, sometimes the person that's the aggressor becomes an energy vampire.
Yes.
And they don't realize it, but they literally are sucking the energy, the life force out of this other person little by little, just micro, a little bit at a time, just sucking it out. And then all of a sudden that person becomes weaker and weaker and weaker until the point where they just can't, take it.
Drained him out completely.
You drain them. You just suck the life force out.
He's already poured back with an empty cup. And then now you even just sucking the air out the cup that's left. There's no oxygen there.
Yeah.
You know? I feel a woman will either be a greenhouse or a desert to her man.
Yeah.
So you either feed him or you starve him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in a situation one time that was so bad. And my mom died when she was 62. So my mom died from ALS, a neurological disease. And nobody in my family had ever had this disease, but my dad and my mom. I told you, a very toxic situation. And my dad really mentally, verbally abused my mom a lot over the years and let her down a lot. It's kind of the reverse of what your situation was. But she ended up developing that neurological disease and dying at 62. That's back in 2010, I believe it was. And my dad's gone as well, but he died from a whole nother situation. Cops beat him to death. But, and he wasn't doing anything at that time. He was actually just being normal. It's just a random situation that happened at a concert from a 911 call from a Karen. But, wow. But she died from that neurological disease. And, I look back at that. And so when I was in a situation in my past, I can't tell you when, my mother walked into a room that I was in. Now, she's been gone. I'm not one of these people who see visions and apparitions and paranormal activity. All right. I'm more like I talk about stuff that's out there, but I was trying to back it up with science or fact or some type of circumstantial evidence. But this time, my mother literally walked into that movie. There's a movie theater back there. She walked into the movie theater, and I was sitting in there in complete darkness. And she said, "Don't end up like me." And I was like, damn, don't end up like you. She literally said, "Don't end up like," and I'm talking about as vivid as I'm sitting here talking to you right now.
Yeah. And
I came to this realization that if I stay in a certain situation too long, it really will make me sick. I will get that neurological illness and I will pass away.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You gave me chills just now.
Yeah. So it's pretty tough. So guys, listen, if you're in the wrong situation, make sure you get out of it. If you're women, listen, if you're in the wrong situation, you got to get out of it. Don't end up 6 feet under. I'm just telling you, because it can happen. I've seen it happen to my own mother. So, okay, let's talk about strength. So what does true feminine strength look like in a healthy relationship?
I think it's The ability to know what your man needs and how to show up for him. I believe that is strength. Mm-hmm. I think that it's strong to be able to stand by your man's side or right behind him or in front of him or whatever it is in that moment that he needs, and he leans on you and you show up in those ways that he needs. I believe that is strength. Mm-hmm. I think that if your man can say, she got me, mm-hmm. that's powerful. Yeah. She got me. Yeah. And with no doubts. Mm-hmm. The ability to just hear your man. I really think that's powerful. Mm-hmm. What I see as strength, I guess it's like this unnatural phenomenon somewhere. I don't know. Yeah. But when I see my grandmother on my mom's side, mm-hmm. and I see my mom, their strength is the way they show up for their man. Mm. It's incredible. That unity. Mm-hmm. They build him up, mm-hmm. because he holds them up. You know, that it's not like there's just her doing this thing. He is her protector. He is her provider. He is the head of the house, but she makes the house a home. Mm. She creates this very peaceful environment. She is the peace. Mm-hmm. I think that's powerful. That is strength.
That's strength. Because, you know, you heard this thing where, you know, well, a man brings this to the table. What does a woman bring to the table? A lot of times a girl will say sex. And men are like, we don't care about sex.
You could pay for it.